Hey guys, HDvee here. As we all know, Pokémon are incredible, powerful creatures with extraordinary powers. However, with multiple generations and the constant addition of brand new Pokémon games, we have nearly 1,000 Pokémon to battle with, trade, and just simply collect. With this many Pokémon being created though, surely a few Pokémon that have been made seem a little silly, or just the odd ones out. With that being said, today's video takes a look at the top 5 most pointless Pokémon. Don't hesitate to drop a comment down below about the video and if you found it interesting or not. Don't forget to leave a like on this video too to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out a new video very shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and follow my Twitter to hear updates about the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. Coming up first, we have Luvdisc. Now, it's supposedly a fish, which means we have to awkwardly pretend that we totally see it instead of the obvious. It's a heart with lips. A heart with lips that doesn't evolve into anything, evolve from anything, and thus will always be stuck as a stupid looking heart with lips, forever. Unfortunately, this is one disc you're never going to love, since its stats are pretty rubbish and it's a freaking flat pink fish. Its Pokédex entry informs us that Luvdisc got its name from couples spotting it in the water and noting that it's disc shaped and looks like a heart. Golly, what throes of passion led to such creativity? Love truly is the greatest muse of all. It really says something when a Pokémon can be confused for a novelty cushion, which is surely the leading cause of death for our out of water Luvdiscs worldwide. The fact that they have no evolutionary tree, no real special traits, and a design that looks like it was slapped together on a lazy Friday afternoon has Luvdisc forever relegated to the ranks of Pokémon that are trying and failing to get by being 100% novelty. Next up, we have Zubat. Oh, you've met before? Every 2 steps in every cave in existence? Well, okay then. Zubat is another one of those early mons that people tend to hate for the crime of pure, unadulterated attrition. It plagued every cave in Generation 1 and 2 with its ugly mug, popping up and making you either put it down for pissimal EXP or running, which wastes time either way. It's even been plaguing players of Pokemon Go, since the game makers seem to have kept the tradition alive by having you set upon by Zubats at every turn. The only real difference is that the Go versions flap around the screen and make you waste Pokeballs, if you would even attempt to catch them at all. The tradition lives on, and don't even get us started on Supersonic, a move so diabolical it can only have been programmed into the game by a child-hating sadist. Zubat might not be much of a pain by itself, but it then decides to cause you as much grief as possible by confusing your Pokemon so that they keep smacking themselves around instead of attacking. Rude. Not tentacle poisoning your Pokemon in the middle of the ocean rude, but still bad. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Burmy. Got to give whichever intern designed this one some props. At least Burmy has some interesting evolutionary branches, evolving dependent on their gender. Sure, Burmy and all its evolutions are violently ugly, but they get props for trying. Burmy is just some round black shapes, with an inexplicable cone head topped off with a puckered mouth that suggests that their entire species is really into lemon juice. Either that, or they're constantly struggling to hold themselves back from making a sassy comment on your shoes, in which case, we salute you for your restraint, Burmy. It's not a good looking Pokemon, basically, and it gets worse from there. Females will become Wormadam, which are... how do you even describe that thing? It's just a pair of black gaping eyes sticking out of a weird shaped bush, or clump of sand or pile of trash topped with an antennae. What secrets does Wormadam hold that cause it to cower with such an expression? Then we have the male version, Mothim. It's alright, if not particularly progressive. Still though, at the end of the day, a pretty pointless Pokemon. Next up, we have Swirlix. Okay, no, stop. That's not a Pokemon. That cannot be a Pokemon. Swirlix is supposedly a fairy type, except it swaps out all the cool and interesting types of being a fairy with a perpetually gormless expression, as if it can't quite remember this tackle that you speak of. Its eyes do have a little bit of definition, but are still pretty blank, along with the rest of its body, because this thing is genuinely just a cloud with a tail. Swirlix is the perfect poster child for the abolition of Pokemon battles. If the anti-battle lobby, what mercy is left in the Pokemon world allows such a thing to exist, ever needed to make a case to the public, all they'd have to do is make a TV ad featuring a Swirlix, just floating along and doing its own peaceful, adorable thing. And then we get to the evolution, Slurpuff, which again proves by its very existence that Pokemon battles are immoral. This thing is just a weird blob of melted non-aggression with pinchable cheeks and a tiny button nose. Just picture sending out your beloved Slurpuff against, say, Charizard. It just doesn't seem fair. Finishing things off for today's video though is Unknown. We hope you just love collecting stupid stuff and the alphabet, because Unknown is both of those in one grating package. Introduced in Gen 2 as part of its own side quest, Unknown comes in 28 great flavours, ranging from A to exclamation mark. No, really, some are shaped like exclamation marks. Look, we know the guiding principle of every Pokemon game is gotta catch 'em all, but this isn't what we meant. No one except the most rabid collector has time to catch every single version of Unknown, all of which are pretty low in terms of power and don't offer anything except slightly different forms. The game tried to make out that Unknown are from a different dimension, but they also represent an ancient language. We already know that's not the case, since they perfectly resemble the 26 letters of the Roman alphabet, plus an exclamation and question mark, unless those have been borrowed from ancient Egyptian without anyone noticing. Thus, Unknown's entire existence is due to a pointless distraction that nets you some nice items, but not much else. But no, really, have fun filling up your computer box with every version of Unknown you can find, instead of doing literally anything else in the entire game. It's all a lot more fun. But with that, wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time. And also, subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.